Well, I assume there's going to be a lot of questions because this is such a beautiful topic. So let's have them. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at these and they are such, good.
Are they hard?
Well,
I only want to answer easy questions.
But I would have the first.
Okay.
You were mentioning that you are selling links, right?
Yes.
What is the percentage of those links that you are buying?
We're buying.
Or that you are acquiring for free?
Probably 90%.
Sorry?
90, probably.
90?
I think
You're
so.
buying 90?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Probably so.
So, do you think Google likes that?
Do you think Google likes
yes.
it? No.
No.
No, but like I said, I mean, I hate to tempt fate, but, all these people that kept getting caught with manual penalties and Penguin, a lot of them weren't doing anything wrong necessarily.
Yeah.
They were free links, and we've been buying links, and we haven't had any problems.
Yeah. So, 4+ hours of work in the US per link.
Yes.
So, what is the price per link for the client?
That depends. I have kind of a personal maximum of 150. If the webmaster says I want 300, I'm like, no. 150 seems to be it. But the way we charge is we have a labor charge. And that's why we figured out how long it takes to get a link. So most of the time, a client's going to pay about $350 for a link.
$350?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's an inspiration for you, right? Yeah. What do you think about negative SEO? It's pretty easy to get a site down with optimized anchor text, spamming, and so on, especially in the Czech Republic, where many sites doesn't have the strong link profile.
I think it's possible, obviously. I've never had to deal with it, though.
You have never, okay. Okay. You also mentioning that you were quite successful in terms of these pandas and penguins.
Yes.
What was the reason for that? Because in general you are buying links, you are doing link building, so which can bring the negative signal for Google, for your clients, but you were so successful. What was the reason?
Because I think Google can't tell what a paid link is. We work them into content so they look editorial. So when we buy them, we have a webmaster, they might write extra content, things like that. And there's just no way, other than if it's identified as a paid link, I don't know how they can tell.
Yeah, but in the comparison with the other players, like there were a lot of link building companies heavily punished.
Right.
So what was the difference? What did you do differently?
I think we just used human beings to build the links, and
okay.
Our link builders are not trained as SEOs.
Okay.
So they are just not like man on the street or anything, but we take people who aren't SEOs and we tell them what to do, and they look at a site and think, and this looks like a good place for a link. And it seems to work very well because they're very natural looking.
Great, okay. So another question. Despite everything that has been happening last years, you say it's okay to buy links publicly? Don't you consider this strategy to be short-sighted and worry your clients that can be penalized any day?
Well, they all understand the risk. And that's actually, if I had to do it, without Google, I would still probably buy links, because that's what we started doing and that's what people come to us for. So we tend to get people who say, I need somebody to get some really good competitive links. I need, something like this to kind of add to what they're doing. And that's where we come in, because we can do it well.
Okay. If your client stops to be your client, you're deleting the links or not?
No.
No. So
no, because we don't have a network. We just make an arrangement with a webmaster who we would deal with one time. So we don't reuse sites. We would, like, if we contacted your blog and you sold us a link, that would be it. We'd never contact you again.
Okay. So actually, how many people are there in your company?
There are 7 right now.
7. Okay. So somebody is asking, what is their average monthly wage?
I know, not very much.
Not very
well,
much.
Maybe about $2,000.
$2,000.
$2,000, yes.
Yeah,
So as I said, they're not SEOs. They're just almost like production people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, another question. Link building was an efficient strategy in the past, especially before the last Google updates. But what about future? Will it make any sense to build links in 2015?
Yeah, I think it will, because I think if you build them well, they're good for traffic. And, that's how people move around the web. They go and they click on a link here if it's a good resource. So even if Google didn't care about them, I'd still care about them for that, because I think they can still lead people to your site, which is what you want.
Okay. When you're selling, if you're selling links, you said that you are expressing that risk and the client is understanding what's going on there. So have you experienced the situation when the client has been punished or has been penalized, and then he suddenly says that he's blaming you and that it was your fault and would like some penalty from you?
We have had that happen, and it was one of the clients I mentioned that was penalized. He just stopped paying his bills.
Yeah.
And he was working with different people. He wanted more and more links from us, and he does blame us, and he is, we're still trying to get our money out of him because he did know exactly what was going on. We have a contract that says that, this is very risky. You agree to have us do this, and he did agree.
Yeah. And if you're buying links in such a massive way, don't you consider that as a paid media? Like you're just, buying some media or buying some presence and visibility for clients? Isn't it the same as the basic media?
I think it's the same. I mean, we would probably do other things if people came to us for other things.
Yeah. Okay. What incentive, aside from buying, do you offer in return for links?
Content, mostly. Like if we have new content, or if we ask a webmaster, what would you like to have created, and they say, it would be great to have a post about this, then that's the incentive.
Great. Yeah, we do have enough time. What do you, it's moving, sorry. What do you do if client's topic is too narrow, so it's hard to find any place for relevant links? More common in CZ than in the US, of course.
Right. Oh, right. Usually, what we do is a test run for every client. So it's like a month. And if we found that we couldn't do it, we would just say, we can't do this. We wouldn't, go crazy trying to get them awful links just to get them links.
Okay. Are PageRank and Alexa Rank a bit outdated for site evaluation? Because me personally, I was convinced that PageRank has died, 5 years ago. So.
Yes. Oh, we are too. But our clients, we've had, most of our big clients have been with us for about 5 years, and that's what they want. So that's, that's something we're going to have to push back on to get another metric.
How do you decide what price to pay for paid links? Is that some kind of, rate card or?
Well, PageRank, we used to use that for that. So if it was like a PR2, we could pay 100, something like that. And that's kind of how our link builders do it. But like I said, we just don't really go above 150.
And do you manage some kind of prepaid budget apart from your fee?
Yes. The client will say, we want to spend $5,000 this month on links. So we just figure out, on average, if a link will be about 300 or 350, how many links can we get? Yeah. And that's what we do.
And is the budget usually bigger than your fee or smaller?
Usually a little bit smaller, I think, because it takes us so long to get a link.
Okay, great. How do you measure ROI for backlinks placements? Like, a lot of SEO clients are performance-driven, so they would like to have outcome from your work, and you're just spending their money. You're spending their money in regards to your fees. So how do you measure the outcome?
That is a really great question, because we don't measure it. Because generally, we work like in a bubble. We're charging for these links, but these people have SEOs. So most of the time, we are not the SEO for any of these guys. We're just providing a service. And our ROI, we don't measure it. They don't talk to us about it. If they're not happy, they just say, we want to,
So you provide white label services for SEO companies?
We do a lot of it, yes.
What is the percentage of such a business?
That's probably 50%.
50%, okay, great.
Probably.
What was the worst and most expensive investment in a paid link you've ever made?
Oh, goodness. Well, we found one when I was looking through the database. There was one we paid about $600 for. And it was for a client who had a seasonal campaign, and as awful as it is, he said, I just need to blow this budget, because if I don't, I won't get it again. Yeah. So, it was a horrible site, and we paid $600 for it, so it wasn't worth it at all.
And the last question, have you changed your modus operandi after Penguin updates? And if so, how?
No, we haven't at all.
You haven't at all?
No.
Great. And I have to ask, because, I've noticed that your office is at Elm Street. So is Freddy Krueger part of your company?
He would liven it up a lot.
Okay. So thank you, Julie. Thank you. It was a great privilege to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I hope everybody is enjoying that.
Thank you.
Thank you.